welcome you all to the panel discussion with fascinating topic, the value of Distinguished Toastmaster Certificate. Let me give you a brief history about this panel discussion project. It is a part of DTM project of Distinguished Toastmaster Summer Kamal, the E3, Empower, Educate, and Expand the Toastmasters, which comprises of 5 high-performance leadership projects, and one of those is panel discussion. Panel discussion, it is a growth opportunities. That's the title of the project. So before I introduce our panel moderator, please let me acknowledge the assistants for this event. Our timer, first timer, Toastmaster Junri Dingal. Our timer 2, Toastmaster Salman Altasan. Our Zoom master, Toastmaster Haris Asidera. Our Q&A moderator, Toastmaster Sunny Crovilla. And now our panel moderator, she is a passionate Toastmaster since the last decade. She graduated in science and law with a postgraduate in science, botany, and a gold medalist receiver. She served as a biology teacher in International Indian School, Riyadh. She's a dual member of Kohinoor Toastmasters Club and Distinguished Diverse Advanced Club. She served as a president, Area 22 director, and also took many roles in division contests. She believes in continuous learning and evolving as each day passes. Please help me welcome Distinguished Toastmaster Sunila Chato.
Thank you, DTM says, for that wonderful introduction. Dignitaries from the corporate world, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and esteemed panelists, a very warm good evening to all of you. The aim of panel discussion is not victory, but progress. Panel discussion have become a hallmark these days. And what is it? Panel discussion spark conversation between the panelists who are experts and think tanks in their respective professions, so that the audience who is there to listen to them, they get enriched and they get new ideas and they get the experiences. Believe me, they are saying from their own experiences. It is not from any TED Talk or Google. So listen carefully to the panelists today. Today, my topic on the discussion is the value of Distinguished Toastmaster Certificate and how does Toastmaster program help to identify leadership in the corporate world. Now, to help me doing this, I have with me 3 experts. They are experts in their respective field. They have put in lots and lots of efforts and energy, and they are quite knowledgeable. I will introduce them one by one because you will listen to these, their gems today on my panel. So the first panelist is, he's a management consultant, corporate trainer for past 40 years, not in one country, 2 countries, but across the globe. He's District Director 79, recipient of the various awards, including Excellence in Marketing in 2011, Presidential Citation Award 2019. He's a founder, coach of clubs, not 10, 20, 30. He has lost the count. So many clubs he has sponsored, initiated, mentored. He doesn't remember. That is the beauty of this gentleman. And if there's a problem anywhere in the Toastmaster regarding parliamentary problems, he is the best person to ask for, as he's expert on parliamentary procedures. He is a Toastmaster since last century, 1997. Put your hands together and help me in welcoming with a virtual round of applause, distinguished Toastmaster, DTM Saif Ali Sheikh.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
He is multi-talented, all rolled in one. Our next panelist is a Toastmaster who has number of firsts to his credit. We are just thinking that I will be stand first in my class, but look at this gentleman. He chartered first corporate club in Aramco, and in the region 2001, he led his team to charter many more. First Arab to earn a DTM title. He got second distinguished Toastmaster in dual language, Arabic as well as English. So Arabic people, beware, he is here. He serves as ambassador and guide for Pathways. Again, first to complete DTM in Pathways in District 79. Count how many first he has in his CV. A past, no, I will not say past, a district governor, champion speaker who coached and mentored many speakers who achieved district and world championship, a petroleum engineering senior consultant. Put your hands up together and give a virtual round of applause to DTM Nazir Al-Ghassam.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And our panelist, third one, listen carefully about his achievements. I'm honored to introduce him. He has got PhD in business management, highest degree. And that too, he has got in 2012, holistic life career and executive coach, professional certified coach from International Coaching Federation, United States of America. He has more than 22 years of working leadership roles in MNCs and renowned organizations. Co-founder of Mind Paths and Bright Vision Coaching, which specializes in helping leaders to evolve. He believes that leaders have to be evolved, and he has helped them. He is a coach, educator, and consultant for many government agencies. None other than Dr. Salim Hakim. Give him a 100th round of applause. These are my worthy panelists for today. Shall we start our discussion? Are we good to go? Great. Let me start. Listen carefully because there will be pearls of wisdom from these three experts in their respective field. Let me start first with our panelist, who is all rolled in one. He is distinguished Toastmaster Saif Ali Sheikh. Saif Ali Sheikh, shall I start with you, sir?
Please,
With your permission?
Please go ahead.
You are a distinguished Toastmaster. How has this certificate helped you in conducting meetings in corporate offices in your professional career?
Thank you very much, Madam Sunila. The question is that my DTM certificate is going to help in my career. Believe in me that everything in the Toastmaster we are learning. It is not contributing only in our career. It is contributing wherever we go. Regardless the position, regardless the contributions, regardless the title. You rightly mentioned about conducting a meetings. We are having a meeting. Now we are in a meeting, but there are different types of the meeting. We are attending, we are participating, we are contributing. in my opinion, we have, if I'm going to categorize all the meetings, I'm going to categorize into three main dimension. One meeting is called that you are sharing the information. The second type of the meeting, you are taking the information. And the third category is problem solving. Any type of the meeting, you are a part or you are the facilitator, all comes under these three categories. For example, you are a chairperson and you want to share some information with them, with your colleague, with your subordinate. So that meeting, you are trickle down the information to the lower level, which means you are getting the information from the higher and you're sharing at the lower level. These meetings are called information sharing meeting. The second type of the meeting is that information taking meeting. If you are conducting a brainstorming, it means you are getting the information from your colleague in brainstorming session. Or some information, for example, you're conducting a meeting to get the information that do you have any issue? It means you are getting the information. If you have any problem, you're conducting a meeting to come up to the suitable solution. That meeting is labeled is a problem solving meeting. Hope I answered the questions.
Yes, thank you so much, DTM Saab. Yeah, that's true. You know, you listen to this think tank. He explained in a way how you conduct the meeting, how the information goes from the top level to the trickle down, and how you get the information back, or brainstorming. Wonderful. That means it has definitely helped in your professional career. Excellent. Yeah, it is a great input for us. Now, the next panelist today, I will ask him a question. He is, being the first Arab DTM, how has it helped you to identify and encourage leadership talent in Aramco, a corporate organization? Back to you, DTM Nazir.
Okay, thank you so much, our moderator, Dr. Sunila. You have touched something sentimental for me, because you took me back almost 20 years ago when I received the DTM plaque. Well, first of all, my mentor was Razar Sarashi, who was very happy. He said, "You made my day." But the letter that came from my manager made the impact. They said, "Thank you, Nazir, for achieving this high distinguished level in your Toastmasters." People at that time in Aramco were not aware of Toastmasters, so they asked me to start looking into having clubs, and I did in my department. But there are other people who are in other departments, the vice presidents. They approached me and we made demo meetings. And believe it or not, the whole system became really available for all the employees. Every department started asking for a club. And the best thing is we convinced our senior management, the senior vice president, to put it in the curriculum, to be part of the PMP, so people can evaluate their employees and say that if you are a Toastmaster and you achieved high level, like CTM at that time, then if you reach high DTM, you are recognized. And we start looking at those people to select them in the fast track to be becoming the future leaders. That was a big impact, and our top notch, even the CEO of the company, they were really embarked on inviting everybody to follow this Toastmasters way of education and learning. And definitely, it was really a success story. And this is not only me who's done it, I have a team who helped me. And we had so many clubs open in remote areas. and we used to go in the Aramco plane, go to demo meetings. And the best thing, if I can say what is really good about the Toastmasters program and the distinguished DTM certificate is really it is implemented in the CV. So those people were very, very happy looking at this individual had achieved, because that means he is a better leader and better communicator. And this is my story for you. So thank you for asking that question. Back to you.
Thank you, DTM Nazir. First thing, it was nostalgic for you because I took you back to the history when you started the club in Aramco. So really, I think you should be thankful to the panel discussion that taking you back 20 years. And then how you related that, how you have exceedingly done well with your employees over there, with your fellow employees, so that they started and they learned and they evolved as a better leaders, and you were instrumental in launching many of the clubs in the Eastern region. I really salute you for that. Moving ahead is now we have another gentleman. I would like to ask him, the third panelist, Dr. Salim Hakim. Dr. Salim Hakim, you have the highest degree of PhD in business management. Everyone aspires for PhD. What value would you give to this DTM certificate?
Excellent. Thank you, DTM Sunila, first of all, for having me on this show and allowing me to share the screen with two great legends and pillars of Toastmasters. Now, moving on swiftly on the question, I would like to go back as well and try to understand what has changed after I earned my highest academic degree, which is the PhD. Now, when I earned my PhD back in 2012, I was not a member of Toastmasters. I joined Toastmasters years later. And I realized that no matter what academic information we may have, no matter what certification we may get in certain technical or vocational or any sort of domain, educational domain, does that make us a better communicator? Can we connect to the people and share what we know? Is there a better energy around when we speak? I guess not. And that's what I discovered when I analyzed my skills and I analyzed my competencies, and I said, no, I need to brush my skills. Yes, I have a PhD, but that does not give me the help or the advice or the to like jump the ladder and be able to reach to the top easily. I started like everyone else. I came on the stage. When I did my icebreaker, I was shivering. I was afraid of the audience, and then it went on and on and on. And guess what? I'm on your show today.
Oh.
So I hope that explains the fact, and that also constitutes the fact that back in our school days, any subject in any educational field would be simply a subject. That would not change in every semester or per class. But what used to happen is that the professor or the teacher or the associate professor would simply either makes us love that subject or hate that subject. Does that mean the subject has changed? No. So there has to be something else other than the academic certification. And that purely goes with the interpersonal skills and the communication skills, and how can we connect with our audience, and how can we share the vibes, and how can they, perceive the information we want to deliver to them. Hope that answers your question.
Yes, Dr. Salim, let me ask you one more thing, is that you have a PhD, your highest academic degree, but do you believe in order to connect to the society, in order to connect with the people around, or in order to go up in the ladder in your organization, you definitely need Toastmastering skills, because the core skills like interpersonal skills, that will help you. That means the Toast academics PhD status is directly or indirectly dependent on your Toastmastering skills. Am I right?
Yes, Yes, indeed, very true. And to agree with you, being almost 7 years in soft skills training, I've been going around corporates providing courses, soft skill courses that are anything between 2 days to 5 days, intensive courses about communication skills and presentation skills and how to connect with people. And for that, corporate companies have paid me a quite good chunk of amount. I wish I can share my bank balance here to show you how much they used to pay me. But having said that, there is a better way to get and acquire those skills. See, I always believe, DT and Sunila, that courses or educations at any level is only acquiring knowledge, but acquiring knowledge does not guarantee transfer of competency, building of competency. That requires practice, that requires connecting with people, that requires being bold going forward and having everything you can, and then you get that constructive feedback and so on.
Okay, DT Toastmaster Salim Hakim, that answers the question very well, but let's go and ask again because we have to take care of the time also. Otherwise,
Sure.
it's very interesting to talk with you. Distinguished Toastmaster Saf, can I have you again? How has Toastmaster program helped you in identifying and nurturing new leaders in your company? Because we are discussing that part too today.
Thank you very much once again and asking this question. This is very close to my heart. I joined 1997 the Toastmasters, and that was the accident. I was not intentionally joined the Toastmaster. One of my colleagues, he asked me, let's go to one Toastmaster. I was not aware of it, what is a Toastmaster is all about. I was just thinking about, there is a toast and I'm going to eat the toast. That's it. But over the period of time, I did the project. At our time, there is, when I started at that time, there was a CTM. And then ATM and ATM silver, bronze, and the gold. At the same time, we are on leadership track. The club officers, area officer, division officers, and the district officer. The leadership is giving an ample experience to analyze it. And the best thing is to analyze it about the human. What is his experience and what is his skill? How he or she is suitable for that particular position. And the same skill what I learned from the Toastmaster, I applied in my job also. At one point of time, they put the whole burden on my shoulder. That go to the job description of different people's and analyze the skill, what he is holding now, and what is the experience, and try to bridge the gap. Maybe that person needs coaching, maybe that person needs the mentoring, maybe that person needs some education, the training. So that analysis I was doing only from the experience of the Toastmaster, and that helped me a lot.
DTM Saf, sorry.
Oh, please.
DTM
go ahead.
Saf, just let me know that you are doing analyzing and putting them the right skills. Did anyone mentor you that time, or you were reading the manuals carefully and applying that vis-a-vis your colleagues?
See, once you join the Toastmaster, you have so many mentors.
Yes.
You know it or not, but those forces are working on you. For example, let me share my example. I was regularly irregular Toastmaster. And my leadership, the club leadership, they identified, I don't know how they identified, and they put me in the club leadership. So they are my mentor. I learn from them. Area, my mentor is Abu Muhammad, Nazir Ghazal. So there are plenty of mentors. There's no need, there is no replacement for the book.
Yes.
But believe in me, the people, the mentor, the coach, what you are getting in the Toastmaster, they entirely change your life perspective.
Okay.
And they change your life also.
Thank you, DTM Sam, because we'll be running out of time. It is great privilege listening to you, but let me tell all the Toastmasters who are here that the accidental discovery that Toastmasters staff went to the Toastmasters Club is a blessing for us, but don't follow his that he was irregular in the Toastmasters. Just take it off from that his CV. Now, let me address again back to DTM Nazir. Do you believe that DTM certificate has given value of being a good communicator and a leader?
Okay, Dr. Sunila, our moderator, thank you for this question. I like just to elaborate on when Saif was saying he was reluctant to come, nobody,
Yes.
and then somebody pushed him. I know that guy, Abdul Hafiz. I remember him as a great leader. So
I need to
remember
thank
that,
him.
Saif,
We need to
Abdul
thank
Hafiz.
him.
Yeah, and then I will tell you something. I want to be candid with you, Sunila, and the rest of our audience who are listening, because certificate by itself is not what gives you the value. It's how you perform and how you do things on the stage and performing in front of audience. Sometimes certificates are good. We like to have them as an evidence that we have achieved something. And then what I like to tell you is that certificate, put it on the wall. It's not as effective as you, as a good communicator. When you are a DTM, you have to be well prepared. It's not over. When you finish DTM, it's not the destination. It's only part of the journey. We continue to improve. When you receive DTM, that doesn't mean that's it. That's the end of the journey. You have to continue improving. So if you are a DTM and you are asked to come to an event, you have to be well prepared, rehearse, and come to the audience and really reflect what Toastmasters have given us. This is the highest prestigious award or title, DTM, Distinguished Toastmaster. So I would like to reiterate, if you want to reflect on the DTM, it's not only the certificate. I love to have the certificate. And by the way, in the old days, they used to send us a plaque really engraved. Now it's only just like a picture. In the old days, it was really well documented. It was heavy as well. But it is a good thing to have. You hold it, but you have to work on your DTM status, being the best communicator and the best leader. So back to you.
Thank you, DTM Nasir Ghazal. But one thing I would like to know, that is, what is the success behind you is that even after getting a DTM, you are still practicing that before you go for any event. That is an excellent takeaway points for all the listeners today, that don't think that you got a DTM in your hand and you can go to any event or talk anywhere without preparation. Thank you so much for this information, and especially to all the DTMs who are here. DTM, we have another DTM, that is Dr. Salim. Dr. Salim, has the DTM certificate given you edge over other employees in your organization and added value to your CV? Share your views.
That's a very good question, DTM Sunila. Thank you for asking. Let me be honest here with myself and everyone here. I believe the highest award at Toastmasters, which is the Distinguished Toastmasters, is truly underrated. And when I say underrated, that means it should serve. When I put in front of my name PMP or CMA, it should serve with the same appreciation, same value as someone else who have gone through the entire process. Now, for those who does not know the DTM journey, or for those who doesn't know, this is not something we get it by doing 2 projects in front of the audience. This is a journey that can go beyond 2 years. And I know a couple of friends in Toastmasters who even spend 11 and 12 years to get that award. So why is it underrated? Why corporates, why companies, why HR, why talent acquisition specialists do not look into this? And I think what this is not a job of us here in the panel discussion to go out and announce that or bring out the importance of it. I think it's a obligation of each and every person in Toastmasters to go to their back to their community, their workplace, their HR departments, their group friends, and tell them what the DTM journey is all about. So when any of us earn that award, it better worth not in our own mental state, but even people around us. Having at this moment the certificate, it's a great journey. It's a process of both leadership and communication. Whether it's an old track or new track, I'm a person who have attended both the old version and the new version of Toastmasters. I tell you, this is still not an easy thing to earn, and a lot of requirements are required. But having said that, I believe one day DTM will stand high, strong next to all the other international certifications in any field they may be. Back to you.
Inshallah, it will, because it is our collective effort that we will make it stand. And I request even TMI to brand it. Definitely, we are working so hard to get it. It's not easy to get a DTM certificate. For the audience, let me tell them that if they have any questions for the panelists, please write to Toastmaster Sunny. Toastmaster Sunny in his chat box. Please send your queries, anyone after relating to the topic today only, and our panelists will be too glad to answer your questions, to answer your doubts. So it was the best time. Just make use of this time and start putting questions to the great three stalwarts of today. Moving on, let me again ask now, DTM SAF. The cost of Toastmasters program is minimal. Benefits are long lasting, and the value of DTM certificate is enormous. So should you advocate to make Toastmaster program mandatory in corporates?
Thank you very much once again, madam. If I'm going to answer straight for that one, it is going
We
to
want straight.
the straight. It is going to hit the pocket of Dr. Salim. Because he is getting a lot of money, the chunk of the money, and he was not sharing the bank balance with us. Believe in me, what is the cost of the Toastmasters? What we are paying to the Toastmaster is only the $90 per year. But in return, what we are getting? The entire transformation of our personality. While we are talking, you can see any person in the audience and you can identify he's a Toastmaster.
Yes.
Without asking, without talking to him, because the way he walk, that is a Toastmaster. The way he talk, that is a Toastmaster. The way he share the information with you, that is a Toastmaster. The Toastmaster within us. The Toastmaster learning, the education, what we are learning from the Toastmaster, the basic thing is that. I'm not saying the communication. The best thing in the Toastmaster, improve your listening skill. This listening is the root cause of each and every problem within the friend, within the family, within the nation, within across the border. We have a habit to listen to answer only. We don't have the habit, listen to understand. From where we are now, getting this information, getting this technique, be attentive, and we are practicing over and over in our meeting, the listening skills. How we are getting the listening skill in our club meeting? Taking the roles as an evaluator, as a grammarian, as an R counter, as a general evaluator. So Toastmaster is the one, I called it, Toastmaster is a complete university. Is
DTM
a
SAF,
complete
then what is
university.
the value? Why don't we give much value to this DTM certificate? In your opinion, what is the value? If I tell you, say in a one sentence.
See, how many of you are the paid Toastmaster? I can claim myself that I was the paid Toastmaster in my company. My salary getting from the Toastmaster. So what else you need? If you are practice, if you are devoted to yourself, and if the company, the corporate is aware of it, that you're the Toastmaster, they are ready to pay you more than 20 and 25,000 real. What else you need?
Thank you
What you
so
are paying?
much.
But you are paying only the $90, but you are getting the bread and butter from the Toastmaster. There is no comparison, the payment and getting.
Yes, thank you so much. But we see that the certificate, the value of certificate of DTM, Distinguished Toastmaster, is enormous. I think we cannot even summarize this in a meeting, in a panel discussion, because if you go on saying, what is this? It touches many fields, many core competencies are there. In wherever field you are, DTM is definitely going to help you professionally or personally. Am I right?
Absolutely, you're right. How you are going to become the DTM? This is a process.
Yes.
So there are certain steps you have to follow. Certain
Okay,
project you have to
we
do.
will, DTM staff, we will be running short of time. Let me go back to DTM Nazir. DTM Nazir, Sigma 6 PMP is given due credit in the CV of a candidate. Do you believe that DTM certificate should also be given due recognition as a communicator and a leader when a person is hired in a company?
Absolutely. I think I already convinced my son when he was looking for a job to put Toastmasters membership in his CV, because now people are aware. I have really succeeded with my team in Aramco to convince management to put it in the curriculum, that people are working on their individual development plans for the employees and the high flyers. They are looking there and they say, this individual is in Toastmasters. And if they are getting the highest ranking, which is Distinguished Toastmaster, that is even better. So I believe that all companies should follow through like what Aramco has done. And they are really focusing on the individuals who are embarked in their communication and leadership, which really entails a long program. It's not only the DTM. If they are really in the program, they are really improving in many aspects. Now in the pathways, it's amazing. We have 300 plus competencies to learn from. And the companies, believe me, they know these are really good, like innovative planning, dynamic leadership. You name so many things that are there to help the corporate. So I believe, yes, I agree that we should put the DTM certificate in the CV as a plus for the employee. Thank you so much for this.
Dr. Nasi, let me ask you one question. Is that, suppose you are the CEO of a company and you have two candidates. One is Dr. Salim. He is only PhD holder. Another is Sunila. She is not a PhD holder, but she is DTM. Whom you will prefer?
Oh my goodness, you put me on the spot. I think, I know what PhD means, he knows what I mean, file higher, but I believe the skills of communication and leadership is number one, because we look at the scientific, that people are really good engineers, but they are not good communicators. If they are good communicators, the soft skills are more important now than the scientific skills. Back to you.
Thank you. So my job is assured, huh? Dr. Salim, you look for somewhere else.
I do.
Now, Dr. Salim, another question is for you. With a DTM certificate in your hand, employer is confident that you will listen more and speak less. manage meetings, and be a good team leader, isn't it a great value as a DTM certificate?
Of course, I can't agree more. Allow me to share everyone with few facts. Now, the Soft Skill Association in US back in 2017, they have extracted a research done by Harvard University and the Stanford Research Center, basically where it confirmed that 85% of a person's success, of anyone's success on the job, is communication skills, leadership skills. So soft skills basically in general stands out from the technical skills. I could be a chartered accountant, I could be a professional project leader with 25 years plus, but then according to their study, I need to have 85% soft skills, communication skills and leadership skills, and 15% skills only the technical skills. Having that said, its soft skills or interpersonal skills is a blend with, actually I have personally witnessed it in my Toastmaster journey. So it was, when I joined at the beginning, I believed that it was all about public speaking, coming on the stage and sharing news. But then it was much, much bigger than that. I realized that I have to serve in the club as an excom, work as a team. I have to be a good listener, be able to provide the service to the members when I was a member of an excom. And when I climbed the ladder to area leader and division, it was all part of serving. It was all part of being a good listener. It was a part of planning. It was a part of team building. In a real life, you need all that. We need all that. And the best thing that basically stage and confirms everything is that there is a reward and recognition program, and there is a quality assurance program in Toastmasters. So it's not something that I want to come, I will work outside the context, or I will have my own way of journey. No, everything is written. There is a guidelines. We go on it. Everything is being audited, and if you achieve those KPIs, you will be rewarded. And that's basically a perfect example for practical experience, getting everything you need in an organization.
Dr. Salim, the only thing you see, we are saying that Toastmasters has so many benefits and we are paying just a peanuts and we are getting in return tremendous things. But what is lacking that it is not being that popular what it should have been? Because at the soft skill trainer, we pay hundreds and thousands of rupees or dollars to a person, wherever you can get this at your own pace. See, sometimes the training is for 2 days, 4 days, 5 days maximum, but here you can do it at pace and then you can go further.
I would simply summarize everything and I say each one of us is an ambassador of what they have gained. Demonstrate the best capabilities I get. If I achieve DTM by any chance it is, and tomorrow I stand in front of a public and I can't even put a project together, or I'm not being a good team leader, then I'm not being a good ambassador of the Toastmaster journey I have earned. So it is a quality assurance. It is who we are and what we represent.
Thank you so much. That means everyone listening today is an ambassador. Make sure you are an ambassador and ensure that you spread the knowledge, you spread the awareness around you, around your office. That is it. That is it. And definitely you will learn, not only professionally, even personally at your place also, because you will listen more, speak less. I will say a last question to DTM staff, but sir, please answer in a minute and a half because time constraint. That is, Toastmasters are capable of offering constructive feedback and evaluate diplomatically, which would help in retaining employees in corporates. Doesn't this add value to the DTM certificates?
Thank you very much. Once again, it's a very tricky question. You want a straight answer or you want the diplomatic answer?
1.5 minutes only, table topics.
See, evaluation, what we learn in the Toastmaster, it's not a straight evaluation. We are praising first. Then we are giving some little dose. Then again, we are saying something. Why we having a sandwich approach? Only the reason behind the sandwich approach is that you cannot give the pills without the sugar. And that technique we are learning from the Toastmaster. And once we start applying, instead of in our corporate world, the boss is saying, you have not completed this task. And as a Toastmaster, I will going to ask my colleague, can I help you to complete your task? So two different things, two different approach. From where we are learning this one? This is learning from the Toastmaster.
Toastmasters.
So Toastmaster is playing a vital role in the corporate success. They are creating a harmony among the staff. They are creating a friendship among the staff. They are building a relation among the staff. They are going to become one family. The entire corporate and the corporate is moving ahead to the mountain.
Thank you so much, DTM staff. I would like to extend my thanks to all panelists. Definitely, we'd love to hear more because of the timings. I have to wind it up. Let me conclude that today's discussion, I believe what I understood is that Toastmasters certificate has an enormous value. Second thing, it helps us to identify the leaders within, because we have got many competencies. And when we start doing that, we will underline who has what skill, and we sharpen and hone that skill, put the right person in the right place, and just have a harmony in the organization. And we have a very suitable harmony in the office environment. When there are office environment harmony is there, definitely the office will grow, definitely the institution will grow, and definitely the people around will grow. You have to give emphasis on the DTM certificate. It is not only I have got PMP certificate or other. If anyone sees a DTM certificate in their CV, encourage that person. Say that, yes, this man is something. You don't have to earn and again see his, because he is already with a degree in his hand. Give him same value, try to put him at par with PMP or others in communication and leadership skills. So this Toastmasters program or DTM certificate, I believe, and what I understood from the stalwarts, is of a tremendous importance. We have to spread the word around and ensure that we get the certificate for each and everyone, and try to push, learn at your own pace. That is the beauty. Thank you so much, the panelists. And now let me call Toastmaster Sunny. Do we have any questions, Toastmaster Sunny?
Thank you, DTM. Thank you, DTM Sunila Chato, panel moderator. Hello, DTMs, Toastmasters and guests, and exuberant greetings to you all. We have not some questions. There are a lot of questions. Because of time constraint, maybe we may not be able to understand all that questions and relevant answers for that.
DTM Sunny, read your questions, please.
Yeah, I am going. The first question is from division director. If it is so good, that means the DTM title is so good, why majority of the people in KSA still do not know about this program? What should we can do about it? I would like to forward this question to Toastmaster DTM Nasser.
Okay, thank you so much for this question, whoever is asking. The Toastmasters is well known now in Saudi Arabia. Now we are 2 districts. Yes, in the old times, we were hiding in the closet, and the safe knows that we were working and in our houses doing the Toastmasters Toastmasters. Now it's in the universities, now in big corporations like SABIC, Aramco, Skiko. So many colleges, they have the Toastmasters. So it is well known. From 2 clubs in Saudi Arabia, we became 2 districts. Now, I agree we should really make more campaigning about what the DTM can do for you as an employee. We have to embark on this. As Sunila was saying, we need to put it as a certificate in the CV. This will give more empowerment for the people who are in Toastmasters. So this is my 2 minutes sense, if that you think. That's I say that Toastmasters is well known. Don't worry, just embark in it, take the pathways, and it's self-discovery. You work on yourself and grow, and it will be good for you. Back to you.
Thank you, DTM Nasir. The next question is from Toastmaster Nawaz Rashid. Question is, I have noticed that Toastmasters achieve DTM title without the real objectives as per manuals. No qualifying or certification exams to reach DTM title, like any other industry certification or examinations. In this case, how corporates or HR can trust DTM certificate? I would like to forward this question to DTM Saif.
Oh, thank you very much. I was expecting that this question is only for me. See, getting the DTM certificate, if someone is not putting the efforts to get the DTM certificate, he is cheating himself. If he thoroughly doing the project, if he believing that what he is learning from the project, what he is getting from the mentors, and what he is getting from the evaluators, that is a beauty. If he's not believing, if he's doing the project for the project, they're doing the project for the sake of the project, and he's not acquiring any competency out of the project. So who is going to be blamed? The person who is cheating himself. So we have to create a culture that each and every project, we have to commit ourselves that whatsoever we are doing as per the project, we have to do the justice to the project, and as per the guideline, as per the purpose. Believe in me, then after that, there's no need for any external examination. It's appear in your personality, what you are achieving as a DTM certificate. So there is no need going through with the certification. For every project, for every assignment we are doing in the Toastmasters meeting or in our leadership role, that is accounted for, that is evaluated. We are getting the feedback. So we are going through the exam every time. It's not a matter of that by the end of the day we do one exam and getting the certificate. For everything on the, on the exam. So we are passing the exam. If you are not passing the exam, evaluator saying, okay, you have done this good thing, you are not improving yourself, and see, exam is there. You have to improve yourself. You have to do the justice with yourself. Once you start doing the justice with yourself, there's no need to asking this question, because for everything, we are going through the process, and at the end of the day, the DTM certificate, we are passing through the exam. Hope I answered the question.
Okay, thank you for that. The next question is from Toastmaster Rajesh CP. How non-Toastmasters corporates will be able to appreciate the DTM certification, as many of them don't know about Toastmasters? I would like to forward this question to DTM Salim Hakim.
Toastmaster Sunny, thank you so very much for, for this question. And I would like to make a proposal from this platform to each person who is on his or her pathways. In level 5, there is a project called HPL, High Performance Leadership. If every person from Toastmasters doing their HPL dedicate their projects, their HPL, to promoting Toastmasters around in a PR campaign, in a demonstration campaign, in a experience journey campaign, going to companies, inviting them to see what the quality of HPL, I tell you right now, instead of waiting for another 100 years for people to know what Toastmaster is, we can achieve that in just 1 year. So having the corporate not knowing what Toastmasters, I think it has to do with marketing. It has to do with PR. But we cannot, end of the day, say this is a responsibility of the parent company or the brand owners or the directors of the district or the in charge person into that. It's each and everyone's responsibility. And I believe through that HPL project, there is so much we can do. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you for that answer. The next question is direct to DTM Salim Hakim. It is by Dr. Sharfraz Nawaz. Are you ready to change your recognition of Doctors of Philosophy to Doctor of Toastmasters?
That's a very good question. That's a very tricky question, to be honest with you. And I think I would answer somewhere around what DTM Sif just confirmed. See, there was an earlier question about examinations and where, as DTM Sif correctly said, it's about us, our personalities, our DNA, our overall appearance. Now, if I change my designation from PhD to professor of Toastmaster, and if that brings a value to my personality, I'm willing to do that. See, because at the end of the day, it is what we are worth. And what we are worth, what keeps you moving, what keeps you growing, what keeps you climbing the stairs of success. What are we worth? So understanding the fact that if what I'm worth is what I bring out to everyone as my personality, as the ability to connect with others, share knowledge, and be a useful member of the community, I will do the change tonight. Back to you.
Thank you.
I think this is the last question. Sorry for interruption, TM Sunny, because we'll be running short of time.
Thank you for this opportunity. Over to you, panel moderator.
Thank you so much. We would really love to have more questions and answers by the veterans today. But what we learn here, time management. So we have to apply it here. Really, it was interesting, and I really love to be a moderator of the great panelists today. And I would like to thank the persons who are behind this. DTM Saf, DTM Afdal, DTM Ses, DTM Salim Hakim, the moderators, DTM Saf, DTM Nasif, Afdal, DTM Fawaz, DTM Harris, Toastmaster Sunny, Toastmaster Salman, Toastmaster Junuri, Toastmaster Fawaz, and many more. I am running short of the time, as I told before. And there are so many Zoom masters. Yes, he's telling me, yes, you are there. You are there. And Toastmaster Salman, I just don't have words of appreciation that how much effort you have put in, the panelists and Toastmaster Afdal, Toastmaster Samir, Kamal, and that is, we have been discussing all the time, and really the effort has really proved fruitful. I'm really happy and amazed that so many things came out, and our differences, whatever there was, clarity, more clarity is given to the DTM certificate, because everyone had the apprehension. And the last question was amazing and amazingly answered by Dr. Salim Hakim. Really, this is an opportunity for us to believe. It was really very interesting. I enjoyed being the moderator today. It was, and just forgive me if I have not named anyone. And another thing is, let me last of all address and recognize the audience who took time off to listen and empower themselves. I really, my due regards and respect to the audience. That is because audience, we are spreading the message. When you spread the message, that is the beauty. Otherwise, 4 people, 5 people speaking doesn't make sense. You spread each one, teach one. That is the one. I return the lectern back to DTM says.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Sunila Chato, and to our panelists, distinguished Toastmaster Saif Al-Sheikh, distinguished Toastmaster Nazir Al-Qasem, and Dr. Salim Hakim. Right now, I learned a lot about these panel discussions, because few weeks or few days, I have a discussion with some of the Toastmasters regarding the DTM. They asked me, are you happy? Are you contented? You know, how are we going to spread more of this DTM certificate? And I learned today from our panelists that this DTM really gives value to each one of us. So we have to spread the news, we have to create an awareness, we have to encourage our fellow members to take this distinguished Toastmasters certificate. Actually, I have a question with our panelists, but because of the time, and my question is, maybe you can answer it in a chat box. Like, do you recommend in the corporate to have a deadline in achieving the DTM certificate? You can put it in the chat box, your answer. Okay, so I would like to call our Division A Director and also project manager for DTM accreditation to recognize our panel moderator, panelists, and our committees for panel discussion event. Please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Muhammad Afdal Sahir, DTM.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster says Valencia. Panel moderator, panelists, wonderful show. Thank you so much for making this contribution, this effort in view of the distinguished Toastmaster certificate. Yes, I personally know what I have achieved in my organization because of Toastmasters. I just joined as a secretary and today I am standing as a section manager just because of Toastmasters, what it did to me in performing. Now, I'm not here to speak about that. I'm here to appreciate those wonderful people who have supported, who came forward, who believes in the system, who believes that Toastmasters can make a change. So let us all together, as requested by the panelists, let us all together become the true ambassadors of Toastmasters and spread the word. Now, I would like to appreciate Toastmaster Junri for serving as the timer for this event, who really did a great job. It's a tedious task, a timer's job, and then he did it wonderfully well to ensure that we end on time. Thank you, Toastmaster Junri. A wonderful applause to Toastmaster Junri. Next, we have Toastmaster Harris Asadera, our Zoom moderator. He is a very volunteerable Toastmaster. I have seen him volunteering in many occasions, and he is a great Toastmaster himself. Thank you so much for volunteering, supporting us in this event to make it a success. Thank you so much. Moving on, we have Toastmaster Sunny Kuruvila, a gentleman who I always have respected, a great leader, and today he served as a QA moderator. Wonderful questions and nicely put on, and then we got some great answers. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sunny. We hope to work with you again in many other events to come. Thank you so much. Next, we have Toastmaster Salman Al-Tassan as a timer 2, who was able to control the panelists to help them end their speeches, their responses on time. Thank you, Toastmaster Salman, Area 67 Director. And then next also we have Toastmaster Salman Al-Tassan, who joined me in the saga of accreditation of Toast DTM certificate. He joined me voluntarily as the promoter, who all these wonderful flyers, these certificates were designed by him. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Salman, for the great service. And then moving on, we have Toastmaster appreciation goes to Toastmaster Fawaz Al Masra, who is the administration manager of the accreditation DTM certificate. He was behind collecting the information of emails, mobile numbers, and creating a library of corporates and sending out invites by email and following up. Even today, he was able to send reminders to these corporates. Thank you, Toastmaster Fawaz, for your wonderful service. Of course, it's not over yet. We have a lot to do. Now let us introduce or recognize the panelists. Dr. Salim Hakim, who has been a great supporter of my project, of all our projects. He is ever ready to support. He, being a PhD, believes that DTM certificate is something that everyone should have. Thank you, Toastmaster Dr. Salim Hakim, for this wonderful effort and your contribution. Next, we have the panelist, DTM Nazir Al Qasim from the Eastern region, another great supporter, a father of Toastmasters, I would say, of District 79. And then thank you so much for coming, accepting our invitation and joining and giving your great wisdom about Toastmasters and Distinguished Certificate to convince, to take the message across. Thank you so much, DTM Nazir Al Qasim. A wonderful round of applause. And then we call the parliamentarian champion, I would say. If anybody has any problem in the rules and regulation, the only person they turn to is this gentleman, Distinguished Toastmaster Saif Ali Sheikh, a great friend to all, an uncle to some, yes, and a great servant leader of the District 79, who I had the opportunity of working with him and I learned a lot. Thank you so much, sir, for joining today and giving your wisdom, sharing your wisdom with us to take forward. Thank you so much. Then our wonderful, wonderful panel moderator. I mean, she kept us alive, kept us enthusiastic with great questions and interruptions, and then she was able to get the real answer out. Thank you so much, Distinguished Toastmaster Sunila Chato, for being the moderator and helping this event to be successful. We all learned a lot because of your questions and your penetrating skill of getting the answers. Thank you so much. Let's keep working together. And then we have another important lady I should recognize. I know she said she don't want any plaques, but then I have to recognize her. We call it the Iron Lady. I call the Wonder Woman, so many names for her. She's a DTM and still learning, still willing to learn and willing to listen. The skill that we learned from our panelists, the listening skills, she is a great listener. I mean, she doesn't look at the levels, or I mean, she is immediate past club district officer. I won't say what officer she is. She is the immediate past district officer, but still he will listen to your ideas. That's something that we need to develop. Thank you, DTMS, for agreeing to do this panel discussion on behalf of the accreditation team. I really thank the whole of your team for helping us. We have a lot to do. We have a lot to do. As I said, there is a lot of people out there who still doesn't know about Toastmasters. There are corporates who doesn't know about Toastmasters. We are here as ambassadors to spread the news. We have crazy ideas this year. Together as one team, we will ensure those crazy ideas will become a reality,
Yes.
and the Toastmasters fraternity will grow. Maybe we can create another district in Saudi Arabia. Who knows? We will grow to that extent. We will try hard to grow to that extent and make the distinguished Toastmaster accredited so that everyone will feel proud to put the DTM after their name. Thank you all so much, and I hand over the lectern to DTM SES.
Thank you, DTM Afdal. But this project started, and we call him like a father of so many ideas. So I would like to request distinguished Toastmaster Summer Kamal, because this is his DTM project. DTM Summer, if you can give us a few words. DTM Summer. DTM Summer. Yes.
Don't be shy, you can speak now.
I'm not shy. But first of all, I would like to thank all of you, dear leaders, for running this event today. And the main purpose is to show the corporates, the HR managers, the departments, how it's important is the certificates of Toastmasters. The DTM, or the Distinguished Toastmaster, is the highest certificate, but there is a lot of certificates that this education program provides and offer. It's very important, and it's very beneficial for each one of us. Personally, before Toastmasters, I was only an architect who is not maybe aware of how to deal with people. Also that I'm an architect, I should. And also I don't know how to present my idea. And after I joined Toastmasters, and after 10 years from Toastmasters involvement, now I'm a design project manager. And I owe that for Toastmasters program. It taught me a lot of leadership, of communication skills that helped me to improve in my career path. So if you are not a Toastmaster, I encourage you to take this step because it will change your life. For our team, thank you so much. You did a wonderful job for running this event. May God bless you, and thanks a lot. Back to you, TMSS.
Thank you, DTM Summer. And with that, we conclude this panel discussion. Thank you, and God bless you all. Stay
May I
safe.
request everyone to please turn on their
For a
camera
picture.
for a souvenir photo.
Okay, photo.
Everyone, please turn on their camera.
Photo.
All right, taking the screenshot in 3, 2,
Amir,
1.
come on.
All right, one more. Bigger smiles, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, taking the screenshot in 3, 2, 1. Thanks, everyone, and I do hope that you enjoyed the program for tonight and
Good night.
spread the word of the value of
Good
DTM.
night.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, and good night.
Good
Thank you.
night.
Thank you to
Good
our
night.
Just take
panelists.
your dinner
Thank you so
now.
much.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Thank
Good
you.
night.
Congrats, everyone. Congrats, Madam Ses. Congrats, DTM
Thank you.
Sanila. DTM Dad.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Thank
To
you.
DTM
Good night.
Afdal.
DTM Roel. Thank you for
DTM
listening.
Sunila, well done.
Okay, good night. Thank
Thank
you
you,
all. Thank you
DTM
so
Abdel.
much.
We have been troubling you a lot by sending the WhatsApp messages
No.
DTM Shekar.
It's a pleasure.
Welcome. Hello, sir.
Okay.
Thanks for
every
joining.
time.
Okay, bye
Thank
bye.
you, Shekhar Tiwari, DTM.
It's really a great discussion.
Yes, this is the
Afterwards,
first time
thank
that
you
I
so much.
attended. This is the first time that I attended E3. So this is how you do it in E3. Huh? I'm only
Maybe
seeing Asian flyers.
Toastmaster Harris, if you can just stop the recording, please.